And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Flyland Guy. Welcome back and welcome aboard. Today we are back in well, before I say that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video as you see fit. I'm really trying to work hard now to get content out, and I appreciate it if people support in one way or another, hopefully by clicking the subscribe button, but also commenting below, just interacting. I love all of it. All right, so as I said, today we're back in Da Nang, Vietnam, and we're going to be doing a quick ferry flight over to Qionghai. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Correct me if I'm wrong. In China, and we'll talk about that en route. But right now, we're going to be cruising at 41,000 feet. And the flight time is actually pretty short. It's about 45 minutes. So not really expecting too much en route. Weather is looking good in Qionghai right now. Not a cloud in the sky, so it's going to be a good clean flight over. A little bit of cloud in the area right now, but once we get up in the air, get out of this, we should be good. Unfortunately, there is no ATC for today's flight. For some reason, Beyond ATC has some kind of issue with the airport that we're heading to, which kind of sucks. So we're just going to be doing it the old school way. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and taxi to the runway. When I come back, we'll have completed our final checks and we'll be up in the air for a nice smooth flight. Back in the Citation X today. So this is a little more involved, but for me, Citation X is a step up to the bigger aircraft. So let's get on our way, folks, and when I come back, we'll be getting ready for takeoff. All right, it's your boy Flyland Guy. Alrighty, folks, and here we are holding short runway 35 right. Yeah, so complete our final checks, folks, and we are ready to start our takeoff. Just feels weird not being able to ask for clearance, anything like that. So just gonna move into position right now. Actually, let's get our auto throttle. Gonna get that guy set up as well, so that'll help a lot once we get into the air. Set at about 220 for takeoff, or after takeoff. Okay. Nothing coming on the left. Overshot that turn just a little bit. Alright. And we're lined up here. Alright. Seems to be a little high in the seat. Here we go. Alright, let me set that. Alright, folks, so we're looking at 118 as our rotation speed. We do have our trim set, flaps already set for takeoff as well. Landing lights are on. We have set our heading, should be 4350 roundabouts. And yeah, flight instruments, engines, everything is looking good, folks. We are ready for takeoff. Alright, so I'm just gonna look down just a little bit so I could see my throttle setting. And just check. Just want to make sure we're setting things right. Okay. Alright, takeoff thrust is set. Just getting a warning right now because we have our parking brakes on. And we're just making sure going down the center line, folks. And rotate.
Airborne time logged.
Positive rate of climb, gear up. Beautiful morning here at Da Nang on departure. And we're just gonna head up and through the clouds. Absolutely loving it. And we can settle down into climb thrust. We're actually already at the climb thrust setting, and let's go to the FMS managed speed. Absolutely amazing departure, folks. So, as mentioned at the start of the video, today we're going to be heading to Qionghai. So Qionghai is one of those places that feels quietly important rather than flashy, and that's part of its charm. It's a coastal city on the eastern side of Hainan Island in southern China, and while it doesn't have the mega city energy of places like Shenzhen or Shanghai, it has a relaxed tropical rhythm that people tend to fall into pretty quickly. Think palm trees, warm breezes, and a slower pace of life that feels very island China. So one of the most interesting things about Qionghai is its population mix and scale. The city has roughly 500,000 people spread across urban neighborhoods and surrounding countryside, so it never feels overwhelmingly crowded. Many residents have roots in farming or fishing, and that connection to the land and sea still shows in everyday life, from local markets to family-run eateries. There's also a strong sense of community here, and people tend to know their neighbors, and life feels more personal than in China's giant urban centers. The climate is unapologetically tropical. Qionghai stays warm year-round with hot, humid summers and very mild winters. Even in January, you'll see people in light jackets at most, while visitors from northern China are often amazed they can escape snow and cold entirely. The rainy season brings lush greenery and dramatic afternoon downpours, but it also keeps the rivers full and the landscape vibrant and alive. Qionghai is especially well known for Boao, a town under its administration that gives the city international recognition. Boao hosts the Boao Forum for Asia, often compared to the Asian version of the World Economic Forum in Davos. World leaders, business executives, and scholars regularly gather here, which feels almost surreal when you realize these high-level global discussions are happening next to coconut palms and quiet waterways. Boao itself is beautifully laid out with canals, resorts, and calm coastal scenery that make it feel more like a resort town than a political meeting hub. Nature is a big part of what makes Qionghai appealing. The Wangquan River, one of Hainan's most famous rivers, flows through the area and is often described as poetic and serene. Boat rides along the river take you past lush vegetation, traditional villages, and reflections of sky on calm water. It's the kind of place where time feels like it slows down on purpose. Nearby beaches are clean and uncrowded compared to more famous Chinese seaside destinations, making them perfect quiet walks or relaxed afternoons. There's also a strong cultural and historical side to Qionghai. The city is closely linked to the story of the Red Detachment of Women, a famous group of female soldiers from Chinese Revolutionary period. The legacy is commemorated in museums, and it's something locals are deeply proud of. It gives Qionghai a distinct historical identity that blends patriotism and regional culture. Food here leans heavily into Hainanese flavors, lighter, fresher, and often less oily than mainland Chinese cuisine. Seafood is a staple, usually prepared simply to let the natural taste shine, and dishes often feature coconut, tropical fruits, and fragrant rice. Eating in Qionghai feels casual and comforting, whether it's street food or a small family restaurant. So overall, Qionghai feels like a place that doesn't try too hard to impress. It ends up being memorable anyway. It's tropical without being touristy, important without being loud, and modern without losing its roots. For people who like places that feel balanced between nature and development, tradition and global connection, Qionghai quietly hits the sweet spot. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just climbing up to our cruising altitude of 41,100 today. To be honest, this is going to be a really short flight. We're actually coming up to our top of descent pretty quickly. So I just thought at the moment I will just go through our approach for today. And let's just do that really quickly and get out the way, because things going to happen really, really fast once we get on the ground. Sorry, once we start a descent. So, go ahead and bring that up. If you look right now, we are showing our standard approach for today, which is the Idupu 1 Zulu Alpha approach. So we're going to be coming to this Gullen waypoint, and then we're going to be flying to Idupu and then heading in towards the airport. And then for our actual approach today, sorry, did I say standard approach? I think standard arrival is what I meant. And then for our approach, we're going to be in the ILS DME Zulu runway 33 approach, which will have us coming into the BA 504 waypoint, and that's where we'll intercept the localizer, turning on to runway 33 on the 333 heading, and then we'll be coming in for a landing, folks. Let's just see. The runway elevation is pretty low, pretty much at ground level, which is good. Weather right now is looking pretty good here. It's not much. It's pretty uneventful in Shanghai. So yeah, I'm expecting a pretty smooth landing. Still trying to find my way around this Citation X as well. So doing the ILS approaches and stuff are always a little bit challenging for me. So we're gonna see how it goes though. Yeah, so we're going to be heading over to, as we just discussed, Hainan, the Hainan Island here. So we're going to be doing a little bit of island flying in China. So that's pretty interesting. So we'll see how things go when we start our approach in, but hopefully everything is going to go smoother, right? So yeah, when I come back, we'll be well into our approach. It's our top descent is coming up very, very soon, and yeah, let's see how things go from there, folks. So I'll be back soon, but in the meantime, let's just enjoy the view as we're approaching Hainan Island. So So, interesting turn of events here, folks. Looks like my left engine just shut down. Now I don't really know what happened or how it shut down, but it shut down. That's that alarm that you're hearing right now. Not really too sure how to shut it off, folks. I'm gonna try and bring this plane in on one engine. I mean, outside of that, the approach is actually going well. The second engine is handling things alright, but yeah, I'm gonna try and get this down as soon as possible. We're actually heading towards our final approach now, so when we get in, I will, when we're ready to land, I'll be back and we'll try and shoot this final approach on a single engine, and hopefully, like everything will end well. I've been trying to restart it. I can't restart it for whatever reason, and yeah, I didn't even know that you had random failures in this aircraft. I was even trying to go through the settings just now to see if it's somewhere in there, but yeah, I guess this is us today, folks. So hopefully we'll be able to get this plane down. Unfortunately, as I said, I don't know how to shut off this alarm, so my apologies for that, but we should be shooting our final approach soon, and hopefully everything will be all right, folks. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens. All right, folks. Good news is I was able to get my second engine to relight again. So back right now on 2 engines, and just in time to start our final approach. I don't know what happened there just now, but the just shut off for some weird reason. So just about to enter approach mode now. And go ahead and do that. Hopefully localizer should take over. Pretty nerve-wracking, man. I think also the warning might have been that my gear wasn't down, because I think I was also at like approach speed as well, so that may have caused an issue, but we'll see exactly what the issue is here. Runway is straight ahead of us, folks, so it's coming up straight ahead of us. If you look at the distance right here. Yeah. Localizer is active. We are a little high on the glide slope though. I'm gonna reset my view. That's what I'll do. Set the vertical speed. Yeah, I think I'm probably high on the glide slope, so yeah, I'm a little high. The autopilot yaw damper off. I'll just handle the approach by hand because it's a nice clear day. An amazing approach though. Beautiful view. City off to our right. We have our gear down. Flap set to full for landing. Landing lights are on. Let's get our taxi lights on as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and activate approach mode again. See if it syncs us up properly this time. Yeah, there we go. So we're at our approach speed, folks. All lined up now. All's well that ends well. Was able to actually take a quick look at the procedures and did the cross bleed startup procedure. That seems to have helped a lot to get the engine back up and running. But definitely have to keep an eye on that next time. But aircraft handled it beautifully though. And we were just basically flying in on one engine most of the time. So I'm also going to check the parking as well. Yeah, looks like everything's on our right. Maintaining 117, that's our approach speed. And we are all lined up on the runway, folks. Absolutely beautiful here in China. Hainan Island. And hopefully a nice smooth landing here, folks. Alright, I'll take over. Autopilot and your damper could come off. This is my aircraft. A little high. Slightly. Looking good now. Looks like there's something weird going on with the scenery though. So I want to aim for one of the center lines. Yeah, a little high here. It's okay.
Landing time logged.
Reverses. And there we go. Alright, let's park here behind this fire truck. Could have sworn there was one there a second ago. Ready, folks? Yeah, I think we are good. Let's cut the engines and get the doors open. Oops. That's not up there.
Engine off time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by On Air.
shocks, main door, and the luggage door. Alright folks, so that was eventful. But nice smooth landing here in Qionghai, and we are going to continue our Asia tour. I'm going to try and figure out, is that light still on? Oh, taxi lights. Turn it off. Yeah, so I'm going to figure out what happened with the engine. I'm not too sure why it just randomly shut off like that. But now that I could see the procedure for getting it started again, shouldn't be an issue next time. But that's the first time it's happened for me. Anyway, folks, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you see fit, and I'll catch you on the next one. It's your boy Flyling Guy saying stay safe and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.
We're soaring so high. With reggae beats we touch the sky.